How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here, bringing you guys an event vlog for the ARMS E3 2017 Invitational Qualifiers. Now, in case you guys did not see already, Nintendo invited a bunch of people from around the world in order to come on stage and play ARMS in front of the live YouTube audience and in front of everyone at E3. Now, what there was also announced was the fact that you can qualify to go up there on stage and play with them if you lined up on the Wednesday at 10 o'clock in the morning and were one of the first people to come on board and play the game. Trust me, the line was so long. It was wrapped around the entire Nintendo booth, and how it worked was you had to win a King of the Hill type match. Now with King of the Hill, they say that if you beat 5 people in a row, you will absolutely qualify and get your chance to go on stage and play in the Invitationals. Now how awesome is that? So what this video is all about, it's about me playing through. I've recorded every single one of my matches so you can see what happens here, and you'll see how many matches I win. So it was really fun. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. It was super cool to play ARMS with everyone on stage over here, and just overall seeing the community, come together and play this awesome game. Now you'll notice over here that throughout these videos I do main Min with the megawatt on her left arm so that she can have that permanently charged with the dragon, and of course then I do use the Ram for a little bit of curvature when it comes to mixing it up against your opponents. Now you will also notice that this is 100% motion control tournament, meaning there's no way of turning one Joy-Con controller to the side and playing with half a Joy-Con set. There's no syncing up your Pro controller. There's nothing like that. This is a 100% motion control tournament. And if you guys have ever watched any of my videos, you guys know that I do not care for the motion controls at all. I think they're not fluid, they're not too responsive, and whenever pressing buttons, I know for a fact that I'll get my punches and my grabs out accordingly. So anyway, I am going to cut away, so enjoy the content. Stick around to the very end because some craziness does ensue towards the middle of the video.
Justin Wong with full first, Nairo, meanwhile with U2 able to get the victory on Weebow. Let's go to our third and final round to the side of this game. Very exciting right here. Weebow, you're going to go ahead and try to get the aerial on Weebow. This is right here, but how about the jump right here? D1. Nairo is actually on the tear. Oh, with that happening and also getting a combo into the partner. How does Justin Wong be able to bring it back? Nairo, Justin Wong coming down to the end here in this round. Third and final one victory before U2 once again applying the pressure on Weebow. We'll figure it out.
cool. They're expanding. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, neither do I.
I like the
I walk into that.
I like the one that looks like an elephant that catches on fire.
What? That was pretty lame. That was totally your grab. There you go. Gotcha. Yeah, he's not blocking, so that's easy.
Get over here.
Get over here. Shut down.
Alright, he wants the t-shirt.
I get all the above.
You wanna have it?
Let's see both. Can I see that?
I don't have a hat. It's black, it says arms, and then it has 4 arms.
I'll go t-shirt.
Are you still in Oregon?
Washington.
Really making life uncomfortable for Darkrai. A huge early advantage for MatPat, 571 to 72. Darkrai just trying to find some space, but no. Empoleon not even giving Darkrai a chance to tie his shoes. And very impressive victory by MatPat.
And as we saw around the end there, MatPat actually was able to use that as an anti-air, attacking off guard and was able to follow in a stronger few attacks.
JD, I'm noticing there's fewer words after a loss. There's more after a victory, though. I like the consistency as he brings it, though. Never stop smiling right there. Let's get set for our next round here. Now, this is critical right here, T1, because if Empoleon gets the victory, that's the third and decisive game point for MatPat and Alistair. That'll give them their first point of this match. Early pressure being applied by Empoleon, and a nice jumble right there, T1.
Yeah, and I also notice how Empoleon is also taking to the sky, making it very difficult for Darkrai to find border.
542 to just 4. Darkrai's going to need all the help we can get to try to keep Empoleon away from the victory. However, that pressure is going to do some major damage and decrease the attack. However, Darkrai trying to back up, zone out. Empoleon missing a couple times. Darkrai going to negate the throw, get some damage on Empoleon. This could be something incredible. Here we go. Synergy burst activated for Darkrai. Takes on the rope to just 76 over. Here you go, 50.
Oh, but you cannot shield that. That's exactly what we're talking about, Jordan. You cannot shield that. Can't shield that.
Can't shield it, and there's no lifeguard on duty for Darkrai, so that's going to go ahead and do it. That's going to do it for the final round. The game and the point goes to MatPat and Alistair and our championship match. And that's what can throw people off with that specific first group, Vicky, because you're thinking, all I got to do is block it. I'm good. No, man, you're going to get drowned in the water.
Absolutely not. You need to try to come over that. That is called Deep Blue Monarch, and it deals exactly 220 HP. You have to watch out for that, and you have to keep your distance because you can hold him on that burst, and that's when he's able to apply all that pressure. It's really hard to get away from.
Right now, it looks like we're going to have 2 pros take the stage. We have
Just had some pros taking the stage. Well, MatPat looked like the pro versus JP Witherspoon right there. My goodness. But yeah, go back. You got 2 pros very seasoned, especially Alistair.
Yes.
Alistair is one of the staples of this team.
Yes, from the poker tournament community, Alistair, a well-known Suicune main, and you had Nairo with actually a top level Super Smash Brothers 4 Wii U professional.
Well, let's see who they go with. We have Mewtwo versus Suicune. Alistair with that Suicune. Suicune going to really enjoy zoning Mewtwo. Meanwhile, Mewtwo all around. Does Mewtwo try to get up in the face of Suicune, or does Mewtwo try to play the same game as Suicune and zone out as well too?
This is going to be really interesting because early on, when the Poker Tournament came out for Wii U, Nairo did play Mewtwo, yeah, pretty solid Mewtwo, but Alistair stuck to the game, so it's going to be pretty cool to see how Nairo's fundamentals as a pro player for Smash come into play here.
Nairo versus Suicune, early damage applied by Suicune. Suicune up in the face of Mewtwo, which is interesting. Typically we see Suicune use that zoning, however, able to perfectly read Mewtwo's attack strategy.
And you can see right here,
Alistair and that Suicune had no issues whatsoever with Mewtwo in that previous game. Let's see if Mewtwo can try to find some type of adjustment. It seems like Mewtwo, when trying to get up close to Suicune, couldn't really do anything. Suicune did such a good job of getting the attacks from Mewtwo and applying that pressure.
Yeah, Mewtwo, one of his best tools in field phase is that coming attack, but it looked like Alistair already had an answer for that. And here does Nairo trying to see if he can use the counter attack. He manages to get the here with that Hyper Beam.
Nairo and the Pierce with the Hyper Beam going for the grab. That's gets negated. However, Suicune misses on the attack. A nice cross and reversal from Nairo. However, Suicune able to counter that against the heat.
but all that patience that we're seeing from Alistair, not rewarded though, as Nairo enters back, switching the phase once again.
knocking back Mewtwo. Suicune hasn't really operated in that zoning mode yet, but that'll do some major damage there. 420 to 115 advantage for Suicune. Gonna knock back Mewtwo, go back into that support Pokemon. Synergy Burst is there for Alistair who wants to use it.
Synergy Burst is there, and Suicune uses Synergy Burst. It is a long-range counter jet, so you have to keep into consideration when he's activated in Synergy Burst.
He's playing
And
defensive.
D1, how about that chip damage that was applied by Suicune with that Synergy Burst? That's gonna do some major damage even if you're Mewtwo trying to block it.
And the projectile was just so hard to even jump over as you see it got bigger in first.
First round goes to Alistair and the Suicune. Another victory in this round. That'll be the second game point for Alistair. Meanwhile, Suicune, Mewtwo getting a feel for each other at this point. A nice grab by Suicune. Let's go ahead and shift phases right here. Both players have their support Pokemon ready to go. Meanwhile, now here's Suicune D1 operating in that zone.
Staying right outside and actually countering that projectile from the top. And there it is. Grab opportunity. Should be getting the shift. And this is going to be quite difficult getting the Suicune here in field phase.
And Alistair's applying so much pressure, understanding that he's getting away with all these grabs because of all the pressure that he has applied to Nairo.
Alistair misses with the support Pokemon, however, suppression, but no, Mewtwo able to get that ground attack knockback Suicune, but Suicune with a nice little juggle and combo, and that'll do it right there. But no, 3 health left for Mewtwo, but facing 458 with Suicune, that's going to be a tough hill to climb here, D1.
This looks like right now Alistair is content to stay back, firing before ready, waiting for the opportunity to just take off that last little bit of HP.
And what's interesting is when you try to do that shift damage to end the round, you will stay alive at this point. Mewtwo with the grab and the throw up against the wall, though Suicune is trying to find that last little hit. Mewtwo regenerating a little bit of health right there, but not enough as Suicune gets the hit on Mewtwo. That'll be the second game point for Alistair. One more game point. They will claim this 2017 Pokemon Tournament Deluxe Invitational Championship.
As you saw around the ender, he was actually canceling his counter, which is why he kept gripping back, trying to space himself properly so that way if Nairo ever fit into an action, he was always right here to commit back.
And you notice right there, Nairo was his hardest to be able to get inside of the zoning from Alistair. The moment Alistair was able to find the
The chase with no benefit and Lit getting the party started.
And the reason you saw so much damage right there was because Alistair had low HP.
Right now, both fighters just a couple of hits away from a knockout at this point. Alistair and Suicune trying to zone out Mewtwo and Nairo, but Alistair and Suicune, they come back after that deficit early on and able to get the KO. And that Lit support Pokemon did he completely turn the tide of this match.
Yeah, that was fantastic use of Linen in particular because when you do have low HP, Linen does deal more damage depending on the HP that you currently have.
How about the confidence of Alistair being one to wait until his health is down low enough to know that Lit is going to connect and do some major damage.
And that was really smart stuff right there by Alistair. But he finds himself in the corner, and Nairo drops the combo, actually.
Mewtwo and Nairo doing a fine job this game of keeping Suicune up against the wall. Suicune trying to zone out Mewtwo. Huge advantage right now for Mewtwo. 436 and 117. That's Nairo and Mewtwo. Alistair and Suicune. And right now we see Suicune trying to juggle Mewtwo up against the wall, grabbing his grab right here.
Yes, he was able to juggle him against the wall because when Nairo tried to jump away from him to cross him up, he used an anti-air to prevent that from happening, beating him against the wall and taking the advantage.
Oh, and Nairo and Mewtwo get the victory in D1. We saw Mewtwo get Alistair and Suicune up against the wall and get those juggles, and that did some major damage early on.
And then that's the other talk about just the counter attack uses right there by Nairo. You can't jump over it as it is a shockwave on the ground, but he's able to connect with it yet again. And yet, mixing up Alistair with that dive, has him in the corner with the cycle cut. He has no answers.
Excellent use of that wall, and Mewtwo gonna go ahead and use the synergy first. Mega Mewtwo right now against Lit. Oh no, Lit connects on that support Pokemon hit. Synergy burst capable right now for Suicune. However, Suicune gonna counter right there, Vicky.
Yes, because Mewtwo's burst was actually a short-range grab. He was able to take advantage of that situation and turn it around without getting any extra damage to that burst. Activated his own burst for an answer towards that.
Here comes Suicune with his first move, gonna miss though. Mewtwo does a fine job blocking it. Mewtwo in the corner up against the wall against Alistair and that Suicune. And the grab on Suicune, and that will do it for the round. Very impressive 2 victories. That game point goes to Nairo and Mewtwo. And just what it looked like, Alistair and Suicune, we're gonna run away with it. You got Alistair looking at the jumbo screen. Nairo able to adjust his game to get impressive victory right there.
Are we going to see a comeback? I think we're going to see a comeback.
Oh, no, call it a comeback. I mean, certainly doing a great job here. It's very exciting. And D1, how about the change in play style for Nairo and U2? Really getting a lot more pressure and speed in space. And you think it's uncomfortable, really using that balls and big jump.
Well, you know, it looks like there was a severe lack of block right there from Alice. You know, and you have really got a little bit too confident and probably thought that Nairo wasn't going to give him, you know, that much trouble. And because of that, Nairo was able to take it. So we'll see what happens here going into the next round.
2 games to 1. Alistair leads. If Alistair wins this game, they will take the match point and the championship of this 2017 Poker Tournament Deluxe Invitational. However, Nairo won the last game. Still has plenty of things to say. Facing an early deficit right now, 517 to 331 advantage. Alistair with that speed, but U2 getting some huge damage right there. D1 able to push back speed. Now both fighters kind of just feeling each other out. U2 going up in close with a nice impressive jump once again.
So right there, Nairo, you have Alice with 157 damage. He has the proper jump, which gives him a double jump and increased damage.
U2 able to counter that dash attack from Suicune though, trying to get U2 into a combo. Nice little juggle right there to buy some space for Alistair and that Suicune Big E.
This is exactly what you want to see. You want to see all the rapid percent right there. You want to see all that damage, and you need to put some perspective to it. You see all that different types of my goodness!
Just comes out of nowhere, D1, and right this in like Alistair and Suicune had U2 Nairo on the ropes. We saw that binge, that combo in the middle of the level that just juggled U2 for so much damage. U2 stayed calm and patient with his back up against the wall. Unleashed that hyper beam. Let's get to the next round of this one. U2, as we mentioned, had that really big great Suicune. Now we see Suicune trying to give U2 some juggling up against the wall here, Mickey.
That was a great example of the patience at the very end of the game. Not want to overcome it too much. He held shield, and immediately when he saw that opening, he took advantage of that and took the first round.
Alistair with the early advantage, 426 to 120, trying to get some more damage on U2, doing a fine job of zoning U2 out right here.
And here's what I'm talking about. So much damage and the ability to double jump right there with Pop Gill. This is going to change Poker Tournament forever.
When we saw this one of Eevee being used, that's going to go ahead and buff the attack. Suicune able to land some critical hits during that time that U2 wasn't able to block. When you have that buff at that time, slither up left, life left for Suicune. Suicune going to go ahead and use that first move. Doesn't work though, gets the hit on U2, 230 to 10. Let's see if Suicune can create something unbelievable here. Oh, he's got U2 up against the wall. This is for the championship, and Suicune can counter back. U2 and with their tournament lives on the line at just 40 health, D1. U2 and Nairo able to stay calm and composed. A few breaths, and able to force yet another game.
It looks like we're about to go into the final match. If I'm not mistaken.
So here's what's interesting. If Nairo takes the victory,
Yes.
Nairo will get the game point. Nairo versus Matt Pat in the third match, which would be very interesting. Nothing against Matt. He might not be the caliber of player that Alistair is. So, this is essentially the tournament right here for Alistair and Matt Pat.
Well, it looks like we already have countering the opening attack. With that counter attack from Suicune, he goes forward and just like I told you before, you can jump over, use his counter attack. So much damage right now.
Two mythical Pokemon battling it out for the 2017 Pokemon Tournament Deluxe Invitational Championship. Nairo with U2, Alistair with that Suicune. Right now, Suicune with the 498 to 270 advantage. Support gauge max for both of them. Look at U2 and that Eevee. Looking for a few buffs here, Vicky, in that attack. If he can use that support Pokemon.
Nairo finally able to rack up some damage on Alistair for some time there. I was starting to get a little worried, but it seems like Nairo's holding on to his own right now, pressuring the Alistair so hard, switching it back to field phase.
Nairo able to get some pressure up against the wall, but Suicune going to keep U2 at bay. And that is one round victory right here in this decisive game. Either forcing a third match in this championship round, or Alistair and Matt Pat can go ahead and take the victory right now. Matt Pat getting that 3-0 sweep on JD Witherspoon. Yes, JD, we couldn't let you forget about the sweep. My apologies here. They got the Witherspoons out. Here we go. 6:30 to 5:12. Early advantage right now for Suicune over U2. Suicune going to miss right there. U2 able to reverse, get a couple attacks behind. Here comes that wall jump. D1.
And there it is with the wall split as well. Doing an extra 30 HP, and you see right now Nairo just trying to lock on Alice, but just moving around and shows no fear when it comes to this homing attack.
A victory here for Alistair will seal the deal, the championship for Matt Pat and Alistair. Meanwhile, Nairo
said to
needs
find
to
him
try
in the
to
cafe
force
after this,
a
you guys
third
can get a
round, and if they
play.
can, force a third game of the match.
As you saw right there, he was actually able to use no stance.
Very impressive. So as the champions hug it out with our runner-ups. Sorry, no participation medals given out here for our runner-ups. Only one champion here in this tournament. You saw Alistair with that sweep. How impressive was it for Nairo and the Mewtwo to really battle back? We thought Alistair was going to run away this one this week. Nairo definitely had a lot of mix-ups when it came to his offense. There were times where he was getting attacked, he would use his side strike, and other times when he was in Alistair's face, and you'd expect to grab him to go for the dive. So JD and Nairo, you guys didn't win, so I have to politely ask you to leave the stage at this point. Give it up for JD and Nairo. However, Alistair, Matt Pat, please step to the center of the stage here, Alistair and Matt Pat, because we have some special guests to present our awards for our champions. Please welcome from the Pokemon Company, Mr. Ishihara and two developers, Bandai Namco Studios, Mr. Hoshino and Mr. Suzaki. Present the awards to our champions in the 2017 Pokemon Tournament Deluxe Invitational. Please welcome them to the stage.
What? Diagonal arms?
Get your damage and then keep your distance, run the clock.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see.
Congratulations.
Thank you once again. Now the fun doesn't stop here though. We have one more exhibition match. We have the developers from Bandai Namco Studios, Mr. Hoshino and Mr. Suzaki. They're going to take on Matt Pat and Alistair in one exhibition round. So please, Mr. Hoshino, Mr. Suzaki, please step up to the stand here. Matt Pat, Alistair, please take your side of the screen. Mr. Hoshino, Mr. Suzaki, please come this way. Mr. Hoshino first. And so we've got the developers versus the champions here, D1 and Vicky. What are your thoughts about Matt Pat, the YouTube personality, taking on someone that developed this game?
I mean, these guys made the game. That's going to be a really interesting situation to see how Matt Pat and Alistair are going up against Hoshino-san and Suzaki-san. Like,
Exactly what they would say.
Remember, if you get the lights lead, run.
This is going to be some other level. It's going to take a lot more than just knowing the basic fundamentals to be able to catch them.
I mean, no, they still have a pro in Alistair who's on Matt Pat's side, right? But, I mean, looks like these guys right now, they didn't even look face that they're going up against Alistair and Matt Pat. But it's just another there. I mean, we've seen the game play before. It's even been released in the past, so they probably have a couple tricks up their sleeve.
First, taking on Matt Pat and Nat Napoleon. So we saw Napoleon with a lot of success getting in the face of his opponents. However, Krogun has no problem playing that rush style play. He's going to want to make sure that he can read and counter very well. So Matt Pat, this will be exciting, taking on one of the developers here, D1. And if you look at Krogun right now, doing a fine job of sort of zoning out Napoleon and getting a feel for his attacks. Doing a great job blocking as well, too.
Yeah, we're going to see the rush run right now from Napoleon. Actually, wait, getting countered. Krogan jumping into the sides, making it very difficult. Mr. Suzaki, look at this Krogan go. A character who has a lot of heart when it comes to his special attacks. I wonder if he even knows what's going to happen next.
Mr. Suzaki keeping Napoleon out of range, doing a great job with Krogan. Krogan, as you mentioned, can kind of play that all-good style as well, too, but making sure to just keep Napoleon far away and then using those dash attacks. But nice counter there, Vicky, from Napoleon and the grab.
Alright, so what did you guys think? I was able to play a qualifying match, win that one, and then win 5 matches in a row, and of course we played an extra one just for the heck of it, but that was the requirements for the King of the Hill tournament. Now, as you guys heard at the very end of the last clip, the Onstage rep said, hey, go talk to Roxanne. Roxanne will get you going so that you can essentially go up on stage. So I don't have any footage of this because, I didn't really think of it at the time. So you guys can see over here, I've got this tweet that I put out. Some of you guys that follow me on Twitter definitely saw it. But I'm really excited because, we actually battled our way through and we made it through the qualifying round. We were going to go on stage and play against all the invitational people. It was going to be great, okay? So, and I keep on talking in, I keep on talking in past tense, and it's just kind of upsetting me to relay this story to you guys. But nonetheless, I'll talk to you about it. So, I go to Roxanne. Nintendo rep. I'm not really sure if she works at Nintendo or if she's part of the marketing team or like the third party that staffs the whole event. But anyway, so she gives me this disclosure agreement. It's 2 sides. So I quickly zip through it. She's like, yeah, all we need to do is get your name, your phone number, your address, all that stuff, and then pretty much read this just so we can have your rights saying that we can film you on stage. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect, cool. So I put all my information down, and she's like, okay, well, here's the deal. We need you to meet up with us at 1:30. And at the time, it was around, I think, it was around 12-ish. It was like 12:45. And then I'm like, oh, no, 1:30. I can't do 1:30 simply because I've got my appointment with level 5, Yokai Watch, Professor Layton. That's something I can't miss. And she's like, okay, well, that's perfectly understandable. Why don't you come back here exactly at 2:30 and we'll get you checked in. And some of the friends that I was hanging around with, asked, hey, can we manually check him in for you? I mean, is that something that we can do? She goes, no, don't worry about it. Come at 2:30. We'll get you checked in. I'm like, well, what time's the event? She's like, the event's at 3:30. I'm like, oh, well, that's perfectly fine. So I'll check in at 2:30. I'll see you there. So nonetheless, I go through. I go meet up all my friends over at level 5, get some nice FaceTime with them, ask a whole bunch of questions about Professor Layton and Yokai Watch. I come back around 2 o'clock, and then I talk to Roxanne, and I'm like, hey, Roxanne, I'm here to check in. She goes, hey, sorry, but we actually filled in all the spots for people that checked in at 1:30. And I did a double take. I'm like, are you kidding me? Well, you specifically told me yourself that it was okay to meet you at 2:30. Had I known that my spot was going to be given away, I would have rescheduled with level 5. I would have done something so that I knew what my options were. But if you tell me that it's okay and to come back here at 2:30 to reserve your spot for the invitational, then don't go doing something else. Anyway, I was furious at the time, and oh my gosh, that was one of the things I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to going on stage, going in front of the treehouse, playing against all those awesome people, but it is what it is, right? So I felt pretty bad, and the rest of the day I was pretty upset. So nonetheless, Roxanne said, hey, since there's one more day of E3 tomorrow, here's what I can do as a consolation for you. I'm going to give you an appointment for a private tour over in Nintendo's VIP area where you can go and play some games. And then I asked her, well, I already have a VIP appointment at 12 noon tomorrow, so is this going to be an additional hour that I can play and potentially record more gameplay for my YouTube audience? And she goes, absolutely. This means that you're going to get 2 hours behind the scenes. I'm like, okay, well, if anything comes out of this, I'll get even more capture footage opportunity for my YouTube audience. So, nonetheless, next day comes. Oh man, as if things couldn't get any worse. Next day comes right at 10 o'clock. I bypass everything. I don't line up for Super Mario Odyssey, which in hindsight, maybe I should have. I go find Roxanne up at the stage, and I say, hey, following up about the 10 o'clock appointment. And she goes, oh, did anyone call you? I'm like, no, nobody called me. And she's like, oh, okay, well, let me go find out what's going on. And then so she comes back, she brings this other Nintendo rep, I think his name was Ed or Eddie or something like that. He goes, hey, so I heard what happened, sorry about the whole mix-up, but we'll see you tomorrow, or no, we'll see you later on today at 12 o'clock. And I'm like, that's not the deal, no offense, but the deal was, since your employee kicked me out of the qualifier, she said that I can get another opportunity to come behind the scenes and play some games on top of my appointment at 12. And he goes, yeah, well, we're booked at 10 and we're booked at 11, so we're just going to see you at your appointed time. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, you know what, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you. I'll see you at 12. Thank you so much for your time. So Ladies and gentlemen, that's it, man. I couldn't get a break. Oh, so bad. But that's okay. You know what? E3 was fun. I had a great time. My appointment at 12 was amazing. And towards the end of the day, at 3 p.m., around-ish, right around that time, I was able to go on stage and play with a bunch of people in ARMS. Thanks to my friend Jeff, who works at Nintendo. We were chatting together. And he's like, yeah, dude, let's just go up on stage. So I went up on stage, did another King of the Hill round. And I'll show you guys that gameplay right over here. So enjoy.